If you just got your new Samsung Galaxy S26, one of the first things you should set up properly is the network and connectivity settings. These features control how your phone connects to Wi-Fi, mobile data, Bluetooth devices, hotspots, and even contactless payments. In this video, I'll show you the most important connection settings you need to know, what they actually do, and how they can help improve your overall experience with the Galaxy S26. Whether you want a faster internet connection, more stable calls, better hotspot sharing, or tighter security, this guide will help you get everything configured the right way. So, if you want to make the most out of your Galaxy S26 connectivity features, keep watching because we're covering everything step by step. Let's get started. First, swipe up to access the app's viewer, then tap the gear icon to launch the Settings app. In the Settings menu, tap Connections. Here, you'll see a list of all connectivity features and settings you can use and manage. First in the list is Wi-Fi. Tap it to manage your Wi-Fi settings. When it's enabled, your current network is displayed with the connection status beneath it. You can also see a list of all available Wi-Fi networks in range. To view more options for your Wi-Fi network, tap the gear icon next to the network name. Here, you can view the Wi-Fi password, auto reconnect option, and more. Tap View More to access more technical details about your Wi-Fi network, including the IP settings, MAC address, and other advanced information. Beneath the display is a floating menu bar with 3 icons. Tap QR code to view the QR code for your Wi-Fi network. You can save this QR code and let someone scan it to connect instantly from their photo gallery. There is also an option to share the QR code. Just tap Share, then follow the on-screen instructions to send it through Quick Share or any supported app. Other quick menu options include Share Network and Forget. If you tap Forget, your current network will be deleted and your phone will disconnect from Wi-Fi. This is one of the quickest ways to refresh your Wi-Fi connection whenever you encounter random internet problems. Just make sure you remember your Wi-Fi password because you'll need it to reconnect afterward. To access more Wi-Fi settings, tap the 3-dot icon at the top right corner. Here you can access Wi-Fi Direct, Intelligent Wi-Fi, and Advanced Settings. We'll cover these features in a separate tutorial because they include more advanced network controls and automation tools. Now let's move on to Wi-Fi calling. Return to the Main Connections menu, then tap Wi-Fi calling. Turn the switch on, then tap Turn on to confirm. When enabled, this feature allows your phone to make and receive calls over a Wi-Fi connection whenever cellular signal is weak or unstable. This is especially useful indoors, in buildings with poor reception, or in remote areas where mobile signal is limited. You can also set the calling preference to either Wi-Fi preferred or mobile network preferred, depending on which connection you want your phone to prioritize. Next is Bluetooth. Tap it, then turn the switch on. Your phone will begin scanning for nearby Bluetooth devices automatically. Under Paired Devices, you'll see previously connected accessories such as earbuds, smartwatches, speakers, keyboards, or car systems. If your device does not immediately appear, tap Scan at the top right corner to manually search again. For more Bluetooth settings, tap the 3-dot icon at the top right edge. Here you can enable features like Music Share, view Bluetooth control history, or block pairing requests from unknown devices for better privacy and security. Next, let's configure NFC and contactless payments. Tap it, then turn the switch on if needed. Under the contactless payments section, tap Default Wallet app, then choose your preferred payment service. You can select apps like Samsung Wallet or Google Wallet depending on what you use for contactless transactions. Now let's check flight mode settings. Return to the Main Connections menu, then tap Flight Mode. Turning this feature on disables mobile networks, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth connections simultaneously. Many users also use Flight Mode as a quick way to refresh all wireless connections whenever they experience connection issues, signal drops, or unstable mobile data. Next, let's configure the SIM Manager. Tap SIM Manager to continue. Here, you'll see installed SIM cards, eSIMs, and other mobile network options. To customize a SIM card, tap the SIM card name. Make sure the switch is turned on to keep the SIM active. To change the SIM name or icon, tap Edit Name and Icon. Type your preferred SIM name, choose an icon, then tap Done to save your changes. You'll also find an option to move contacts from the SIM card to your phone storage if needed. Now return to the SIM Manager menu and tap eSIMs. Follow the on-screen instructions to add and activate an eSIM. This is ideal if you prefer a digital SIM setup instead of using a physical SIM card. You may need to contact your carrier or service provider for eSIM activation details. Next, tap Mobile Data. Here you can quickly enable or disable mobile data by selecting your preferred SIM card or choosing Off. To access additional SIM controls, tap More SIM Settings. Inside this menu, you'll find SIM card security and lock eSIM settings. Tap SIM card security, then turn on the switch if you want your SIM card protected with a PIN. This adds another layer of security because your SIM cannot be used without the correct PIN code. Next, tap Lock eSIM Settings. This prevents accidental changes to your eSIM configuration and requires your screen lock PIN, password, or biometrics before modifications can be made. Now let's proceed to mobile networks. Tap it to access more cellular network settings including roaming, 2G service, network mode, and APN settings. Turn on data roaming if you need to use mobile data while traveling internationally. Enable Allow 2G service only if you're in areas with weak coverage where newer network types may not be available. Next, tap Network Mode. By default, it's usually set to 5G preferred. You can change this to LTE preferred or other modes depending on your location, battery preference, or signal quality. To manage APN settings, tap Access Point Names. Here you can view and modify your carrier's network configuration settings. If your mobile data stops working because of incorrect APN settings, tap the three-dot icon, then tap Reset to Default to restore the original configurations. You can also manually choose network operators. Tap Network Operators, then turn Off Select automatically. Tap Scan Networks to search for available carriers nearby. Now let's move on to data usage. Return to the Main Connections menu, then tap Data Usage. This section lets you monitor and control your mobile data consumption. Tap Data Saver if you want to reduce background data usage and save mobile data. You can also choose which apps are allowed unrestricted background access. Under the Mobile section, you'll see the Mobile Data switch. Turn it on to connect to the internet using your mobile network. You can also view which apps consume the most mobile data directly from this menu. To manage billing and warnings, tap Billing Cycle and Data Warning. Here, you can change your billing cycle date, enable data warnings, and even set a mobile data limit. This is especially useful if you have limited mobile data from your carrier. You can also tap Wi-Fi data usage to view how much Wi-Fi data each app has consumed. Now let's configure mobile hotspot and tethering. Return to the Main Connections menu, then tap Mobile Hotspot and Tethering. Turn on Mobile Hotspot to share your phone's internet connection with other devices. You can also customize the hotspot name, password, and compatibility settings. Tap the Advanced drop-down for more controls including hidden network mode, Wi-Fi 6 support, and hotspot power-saving features. Next is Auto Hotspot. Turn this on to automatically share your internet connection with other Samsung devices signed into your Samsung account. You can also enable group sharing to share your hotspot with selected contacts. Another useful feature here is one-time password. Turn it on to generate a temporary hotspot password for guests. This password resets automatically the next time the hotspot is turned on. You can even share it through QR code for easier access. There's also an option to prioritize real-time traffic. Enable this if you want smoother gaming, video calls, or live streaming while using mobile hotspot. For Bluetooth internet sharing, tap Bluetooth tethering, then turn it on. This allows another device to use your phone's internet connection through Bluetooth. Now let's head to More Connection settings. Here you'll find options like nearby device scanning, printing, VPN, and private DNS. Tap Nearby Device Scanning and turn it on if you want your phone to automatically detect nearby compatible devices. Next is Printing. Tap it to set up wireless printing services and compatible printer plugins. Now let's check the VPN settings. Tap VPN if you want to add a virtual private network for privacy and security purposes. You can also configure private DNS to improve privacy while browsing online. Private DNS helps secure your DNS requests so other people on the network cannot easily monitor the websites you visit. The Auto Update System Configuration option is enabled by default to allow automatic network configuration updates. And that's all there is to this guide. Now you should have a much better understanding of the Samsung Galaxy S26 network and connectivity settings and how each feature can help improve your daily smartphone experience. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Pinoy Tech Tips channel for more Samsung Galaxy tutorials, tips, and troubleshooting guides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.